Good morning. Stormy is on the move, so this is the only way I could get her to show off for y'all. Because she does not want to be held. So she's getting bigger. I haven't weighed her in a couple days, but I weighed her a couple days ago, and she was almost 13 ounces, so she's probably, if I was going to guess, she'd be like 14 or 15 ounces now, but I'll weigh her later today and see how much she's grown. She's doing really good. She just started using the litter box 100% of the time. We had a few days there where she was going before I could get her, get the job done for her. But we got that worked out. She's now going to her litter box, so it's really cute and a lot better. So because she's on the move, Rosie's not up here today, and I have a sheet over my love seat because Mose, my dog, is shedding, and he is shedding so bad it's ridiculous. I ordered a shedding tool called Groomer from Amazon that's supposed to be really good about taking out the undercoat. So he shed. We've only had him about 6 months, but he shed like this a few months ago, and it was insane. I mean, I vacuumed up the hair. Oh, well, somebody's coming back to say hello. I vacuumed up the hair, and I hear them buzzing in there. And then it's just like, it just springs from his body like this. So anyway, my other two dogs don't shed like that. So I was like, where is all this dog hair coming from? I was actually, that was new for me. So, doing good. It's been kind of a crazy week. And Miss Pris here, she is getting more independent, so I'm getting a little bit more free time. What are you mad because I'm holding you? She's probably getting hungry. As soon as I finish, I need to feed her again. She's eating wet food. I'm still giving her a little bit of kitten formula. She's drinking it out of a saucer. And I'm just going to give her what we have left in the box and then just switch her over to water. So, she's doing good. You're doing good, huh? Okay, so after my last video, Parker and I went to a splash pad, but it was a little bit chilly, so we didn't stay too long, but he had a good time. And then Saturday, he had actually gotten a stomach bug. So we didn't go to the 4th of July festival. I know the 4th of July is this weekend, but our town has something called the Festival of Stars every year, and it always falls on the last weekend of June. And so anyway, we didn't get to go to the festival, and my husband, because he's mayor, he works the festival, and he came home about 6 or 7 o'clock, and normally he's there till about midnight or 1 o'clock helping clean up and stuff, and he was so sick. He had gotten the stomach bug too, so he was very, 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 very sick for a few days, and thankfully I didn't get it. So my mom came over, and we sat outside. Well, I went and got her, and we watched the fireworks and listened to the music. They have different artists all day long, but at 8 o'clock is the headliner. So we just sat outside and listened to music, and then I took her home. So she was, she was safe and everything. And so I enjoyed the time with my mom. I feel really bad for my husband that he got so sick. I know he was, not only did he feel bad, but he was really disappointed because that's a big day for everybody. But we, everybody's back to normal now. I did my Stitch With Me on Monday. I was not able to do it on Wednesday because of life stuff. And so there'll be some times I won't be able to do it, and I know you guys don't mind. And just go with the flow. So I have a ton of finishes. Well, a ton for me. I have a lot of FFOs to show y'all. And I'm just looking at my notes. Before I do that, I am going to highlight a couple of my comments. And the first one is from Kim Patterson. And Kim said that my Yorkie had her in tears because if you watched last week, Rosie was up here and she spent the whole video trying to get to the cat who was on my chest. and it was funny. So I think it was like an hour yesterday that the cat hid under the recliner, and Rosie was in front of the recliner, and you could see the little kitty paws coming out from the recliner like this, and then Rosie was like this, and they just did that until Stormy just fell asleep. So she completely wore her out. They've had a really good time playing. It's fun. Mose is a little rough with her. He doesn't try to be. He's just a very I don't want to say, he's not aggressive. He's just really, he's a small dog. He's probably about 25 to 30 pounds, but he's all muscle, and he's still a puppy. So he's definitely not gentle. So he gets a little rough with her sometimes, so they can't really play unsupervised. He's not trying to hurt her. He's trying to play with her, but he doesn't understand the strength, his own strength of his paws and mouth. So anyway, but everything's going good. And a lot of you guys had funny comments or said that you liked watching Rosie's shenanigans with Stormy, so that was fun. And the next one was, I had asked you if you knew anything about Hobby Lobby having their cross-stitch supplies on sale. Please leave me a comment. And Deborah said that she has seen that they have not had them on sale except for the Artiste brand flies. So I did some research, and by research I did one Google search and read one article, but it was a very informative article, and it basically said that the reason Hobby Lobby got rid of their coupons was because of a lawsuit about the wording in their coupon policy. They had been sued by some customers, I think in Georgia, because they were not offering the 40% off on items that were considered everyday low price. So anyway, this went to court, and part of the settlement was that they had to stop offering that particular coupon. So they submitted wording for future coupons that will just be more specific about what the coupons are for. So according to that coupon website, they're based on that court paperwork, Hobby Lobby will probably bring the coupon back once all of that gets settled. So of course what they'll say is, we listened to our customers and brought our coupon back, when in reality they were going to bring it back the whole time. They just have to get things straightened up legally. So I hope that's true, because I want my 40% off coupon back. Okay, so moving on, let's get to fully finished items. I'm going to take a drink of coffee. This is my favorite coffee cup. This is a Starbucks cup my husband found while thrifting, and it's super heavy. It's like, you know, when you go to a diner or a restaurant, like here in the South we have Waffle House, and they have these really heavy ceramic cups that keep your coffee hot. That's the way this is. This is from 2008, so we both love this coffee cup. When he's home on the weekends, it's just a race to see who gets it first, because we both love it. Okay, so my first FFO, and I'm just going to show them, I'll start with a smaller one, is Stars and Stripes by Stitching with the Housewives. And I had bought this frame on clearance last year. I had seen it on a lot of Flosstubes, and I can't remember which ones, but maybe even the Stitching with Housewives. So it was on clearance at my Hobby Lobby. I picked it up, put it in my storage tote, and pulled it out for this. And I finished it with a navy blue and white polka dot, a red and white buffalo check, and this little ribbon. So I think even though tomorrow is, let's see, what's today? Sunday's the 4th of July. I asked my mom if she would like this, and she said she would. She hasn't seen it yet, but I told her what it looked like. So I'm going to take this over to my mom's apartment for her to have something to decorate with, because I haven't stitched anything for her apartment in quite a while. She still has her Valentine's Day cross stitch out, because it's kind of it's a gray cat like her cat, and she really likes it. It's one of the Housewives patterns, so she just left it out. So I'm gonna take this over there for her. If for some reason it's not her taste, I'll just bring it back to my house, but I really like it. The next one is, I did not plan on finishing this. I picked the project up and finished it that day. So when I pulled all my finishing supplies out, I just went ahead and finished this. This is Buzzy String by Lizzie Kate. And this board right here, if you look closely, you'll see blue and white stripes. And I bought this for $2 at Dollar General. Here's the tag. Hopefully that's focusing. And it says something like, hello sunshine, or welcome summer, or it has some kind of summer saying. And it has blue and white stripes with gold writing. And I picked it up in the hopes that it would fit this, and it did. So I just put a little burlap bow. Bows are my nemesis. I hate making bows. I just do the most basic thing I can, and I just kind of hot glued it right here to make it look like it was going that way, and I hot glued a little flower. So I'm excited about that. I think the next one I'm going to do is the kitty string. I just have to, I don't have the right color, so I have to pull some colors to work with it. So oh, and I just finished it on some I'm going to pause and go get the board that I used. Okay, and I have something in my eye, I'm sorry. Hopefully y'all can see because it's really overcast today. So I've opened all the windows. I have my alt light shining on me. I have my overhead light shining on me. I even have my front door open, which I never do because my dogs go crazy if anything goes by my front door, and y'all don't want to hear that. Okay, so I went to Hobby Lobby to get a big piece of mat board to cut up to do my finishing. And because they don't have the coupon, it was about $12 for a big piece and $8 for a medium-sized piece. So I went ahead and picked it up, and I told my husband, I said, I'm going to go check the clearance and see if they have any mat board on clearance. And they did. They had this size, which is 15 by 20, and it says it's gray collage board, and it's white on the back and says crescent, and then it's gray. And I knew my finishes were mostly black, chalkboard black fabric, so the gray was just fine. And this was 71 cents, and some of them were marked 63 cents. So I guess it depends on how damaged it was and what it is. It's just it has some scuffing, and they had a huge stack of this. So I paid about, I would say less than, between $2.50 and $3 for 4 sheets of this. And it was much easier to cut down than the big piece I got last time, which was really big. So that was a good deal, and that's much cheaper. And I didn't even realize until I got finished that I never even used any kind of, I have sticky tape, except for on one project, I didn't even use a sticky tape. I just pulled it tight and hot glued it. So it's not even on like sticky board, it's just literally on the mat board and hot glued. So that's what I did. So I just cut a long piece for this. This is 2 inches. Yeah. And then I added ½ inch around, so this is 3 inches. And it just left enough to peek out of the blue. And I ran out of washers and magnets, so a lot of this is not on washers and magnets. I was not going to wait and drive all the way to Lowe's, which is like 30 minutes in traffic, to get washers and magnets, because honestly you can just rip off the hot glue and do washers and magnets later. So if I want to use this for another string, I'm just going to pull this off and do washers and magnets later. It's not a big deal. So I really like that, and I'm sorry, there is like something in my eye. It's really bugging me, probably a pet hair. Okay, so that's 2 of them. My next one is, set this mat board over here. Stormy is going crazy over here with this toy. It's a fish on a pole. She's over here going crazy. She's so funny. She's really playful now, and she runs through the house like a little black streak. She's not black, but when she's running, it looks like she's a black cat, and she just goes choo 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 choo. She runs everywhere. Okay, so my next finish is my calendar crates. And I just basically copied Priscilla. Look. That has not happened. Every time I've touched this, that has not happened. But I get it going for y'all. Oh, the hot glue came off. Okay. Well, I only have had 2 magnets to use for this, so that it was too heavy, I guess. That's funny. That's exactly what happened on their Flosstube. So I'm going to hold it with my finger. But I used, I had some red Priscilla's Pretty Plaids I used for the back. And I stuck this flag in there, some daisies, and I had gotten these at Hobby Lobby, and just some red and white wet ribbon. So, and then for the bottom part, okay, I had bought this star to hang from one of the hooks, and this is my finish of the small Land That I Love. So there's some string on there, some floss, and you know, I stitched that cod for it, and it was too big, so I guess I stretched out the fabric a little bit, but just the corners of it are kind of like stuck in there. So that's the only thing I can think is I stretched my fabric out, because I thought it was meant to fit in this thing. Maybe it's not. I don't know. That's 3.5 by 3.5, I think. The inside. So that's not even glued in or anything. It's just pushed in there. So that's cute. And that's that thing that says like America the Beautiful from Hobby Lobby that that they showed on their channel, Stitching with Housewives. And I have one more finish. My July Trucking Along. This is the first Trucking Along I have ever fully finished. I have one other one finished in general, and that's December. But I had got this house from Walmart. This is the famed or infamous Walmart house, and it sat in my storage area all since last year, and I finally used it to finish. Now I tried to do a bow up here, but this is all the ribbon I had left of this red, white, and blue that I wanted to use, and it was too small to go up here. So I just put it on the side. And like I said, I didn't have washers and magnets, so on these wooden strips right here, I just put hot glue and hot glued the whole thing down. Because I knew in the future I was going to get washers and magnets to finish my other Trucking Alongs on this piece. So I knew they were all going to fit, so when I take it off to fix it, it'll be fine. So that's my Trucking Along. But when I do the next one, I do want to do like a bigger bow up here when I do August.
Wow.
Are you showing Kiki? Oh.
Wait, I want to test this if she fits in my pocket.
Okay, Parker's seeing if Stormy fits in his pocket. She probably would have last week, but this week she's a little bit bigger. She's crawling out.
She wasn't even on the.
Do you wanna say hi while you're over here?
Hi. Why does she sound like
He's been doing a really good job of taking care of Stormy.
Why does she sound like a bunch of baby flies?
Baby flies. She does. Meow. Okay, so those are my FFOs, and I am so sick of patriotic stitching. No more red, white, and blue. I never did start America the Beautiful by Stitching with the Housewives, so I'll do that one next year. But yeah, I started Christmas in July, and I am so happy to be done with the patriotic stitching. Now, I'm very happy with all the results. I'm just done with the stitching it. So, for the Lizzie K Buzzy string, this came from a pattern swap I did with Candace K. And one of the patterns she sent me was the Thankful string. And that's actually one I asked for, I think. But what's funny is I had, at pretty much the same time, I had put a bid on this on eBay, which is the same pattern. And so this one is the one I got from eBay. It's new. So I'm going to give this away this week. This is the Lizzie K Thankful string. It's really cute. So I'll definitely be starting this after Christmas in July. And to enter this giveaway for the Thankful String, I want you to leave the word turkey in your comment. You don't have to make up a sentence. I'm not grading sentences. It's literally just a search term for the random comment giveaway. Random comment generator. So I can just put in the YouTube video and then I put in the word turkey, and everybody who comments turkey will be entered to win the giveaway. But I do have a comment question for you, and I am curious, when I'm not watching Flosstube, I have some things that I like to watch on YouTube that are just completely different from Flosstube or quilting or anything like that. I like to watch how it's made videos, like factory videos of, let's say for instance, how Oreos are made. Or speaking of Oreos, let me finish this. Anyway, I like to watch how it's made videos. What else do I like to watch? I like to watch cake and cookie decorating videos. I go through phases. So right now I've been watching a lot of like the factory ones. Like I like to watch how just different manufacturing videos. I've always liked that. I like watching the assembly lines and how the machines work, and it's kind of a weird thing, but it just relaxes my mind. So what do you like to watch on YouTube, if anything, other than Flosstube? If you don't watch anything else, you can just say, I only watch Flosstube. Some people like to watch pet videos. I'm up for a pet video any day. Cats, dogs, horses, sheep, pigs, whatever. Give me a pet video and I'm happy. So maybe you like to watch pet videos. So just, I would love to see what everybody else watches, and maybe we can give each other some ideas of what to watch on YouTube. My husband has his list of things he likes to watch on YouTube. One of the things he likes to watch is people who specialize in restoring old toys. So they might take a toy from the 1970s, like a G.I. Joe action figure that's really worn out, and they use all kinds of tools and equipment and they restore it. So we all have our things, right? So that'll be the giveaway. And if you already have this but you would like buzzy string instead, I will offer buzzy string as a second option for the giveaway, but still use turkey. Okay. So moving on to whips. I gotta reach over here. My first one is one I show every week, my Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. And this is what I do for my 25/7, 25 minutes a day, 7 days a week. I did miss a day or two this week, but I think on my Stitch With Me I had already shown this, but I started putting in the flowers. You know what? I got confused between the Stitch With Me and my last Flosstube. Since my last Flosstube, I put in the rest of the border. So I went up that side and this way, and then I also started on the flowers. So I put in the middle of the flowers, and on my Stitch With Me video, I checked to see if my border would line up the way that's supposed to, and I'm one stitch off. So I will take that as a win, one stitch off, and it's in the right place, like north and south, vertically. It's just one stitch too close horizontally, but you know, I can work with that. And also I just put in some more of the snow on the bottom. So that's what I've gotten done, and I was really happy with the progress of getting that border in. That was a big thing. As of right now, it's still my 25/7. I haven't switched to anything else for Christmas in July. I also worked a little bit, like half a day, on my Barbara Ann Designs Night of All Fears. And since my last video, I finished my bat. I added the leaves in that tree. I worked on that apron, which if you see, I left out 2 stitches. I got to go back and finish that. I put in the outline of this witch. I added some pumpkins and started on the 2 buildings. So I got quite a bit done on that. I had an unreasonable goal of finishing this in June, but it wasn't going to happen. Well, that's okay. I'll finish it in August. I have a new start, and I have 2 new starts. The first one, I don't know where it's at. Just a second. Okay, sorry. I had grabbed the wrong project bag. That's the thing about the project bags from Amazon, is they are super, super, super handy and cost friendly, but sometimes I get confused because they look alike. Okay, so I started my August calendar crates, and I've misplaced the cover, so I'll just pop up the picture, and this is what I've gotten done. So I did part of the flower and kind of worked on the roof. So there is a mistake in there, but it's nothing I can't work with. I'm not worried about it. So I would love to get that done before August. I want to keep up with these calendar crates, but in order to do that, I'm going to have to really work hard at it. Yeah, baby.
Will this Connect sand dry out?
It can dry out. It depends on the temperature, but
it's not even dry.
you can, you want to show them your Connect sand?
It's so squishy.
He's playing with his Connect sand. You have to raise it up a little bit. Like, yeah, there you go. Uh-oh, some fell on the floor right there. Okay, so my next new start is... How did I miss... Okay. In the chaos... The cover of this went flying away too, but this is, I will pop a picture up of it. This is Into All a Good Night by Stitching with the Housewives. I started this yesterday for July 1st, for Jolly July or Christmas in July, and it's really cute. And his sleigh, which I don't have all 3 colors in yet, I just have 2 of the colors, is plaid. I didn't even notice that on the whole chart because I was more focused on the houses, but that is so cute. I love it. I still have to put in the darker green, which is steamed broccoli. So that's a lot of fun. I was glad I got quite a bit done on that. If I get any one project finished this month, I think it'd be fun to finish this, but you know, I'm not going to stress about it. I have 6 months till Christmas, and if I don't get them finished, I'll work on them next year. I am tired of stitching chalkboard stuff right now because I did all these other finishes, and then I started 2 new Housewives patterns. So today I am going to work on something that's definitely not chalkboard. I may work on my Dimensions Christmas ornament or something else. Something's not chalkboard. I'm over that right now. I need a break from it. I need to try something new. And those are all of my whips. I haven't done any quilting. I have been busy with the cat and my other pets, and with my husband being sick and Parker being sick. So no sewing. My sewing table is piled with junk right now. There's no sewing going on. So for my plans this week, I just would like to get a little bit done. So we'll see. Stormy is off playing around the house. She doesn't need to be protected and constantly fed and cleaned because she's using her litter box. So I have a lot less time that I have to spend on that, so that frees me up. And just to finish out my video, I just want to send love and hugs to my Flosstube friend Sara. And Sara has had a really tough few weeks. Check out her channel, Sara Stitches. she's wonderful, and I know she would really love your love and encouragement right now. So big hugs from South Carolina to Arkansas to Sara. And I am behind on a lot of Flosstube, so my other Flosstube friends, if you haven't seen any comments from me, it's because I'm just behind. I'm behind on Flosstube. But I love you guys, and thank you for all of your support, and I hope you have a wonderful, if you live in America, Independence Day / 4th of July weekend. I know everybody has 4th of July, but y'all know what I mean. And so that's all. Thanks, guys. Bye.